objectives. Number 1, recognize the sum or difference of two cubes. 2, discover the pattern in factoring sum or difference of two cubes. And 3, factor completely the sum or difference of two cubes.
Hi, this is once again your Mom Chelsea, and our topic is how to factor sum or difference of two cubes. So as usual, let us have a recall. Find the cube roots of the following. The cube root of 8 is 2. Cube root of 1 is 1. The cube root of 27x cubed is 3x. Cube root of 64, x cubed y to the 6th power is 4xy squared. Okay. Paano ba nakuha tong cube root ng variables? So, kung doon sa difference of two squares, yung square root ng variables, titingnan natin kung divisible sila sa 2. This time, titingnan natin kung divisible naman sila sa 3. Ibig sabihin, pag divisible sila sa 3, perfect cube sila. So, in this case, ito, x cubed, 3 divided by 3 is 1. Tapos, ito, 64, x cubed, y to the 6. 3 divided by 3 is x na lang, x raised to 1. And then, 6 divided by 3 is 2, kaya y squared. The number 5, so meron tayong a to the 6, b cubed, c to the 9. Lahat ng exponents nila are divisible by 3. So, i-divide lang natin sila sa 3 to extract the cube root. So, a to the 6th, 6 divided by 3 is 2. Yung b naman, 3 divided by 3 is 1. Hindi na natin sinusulat yung 1 na exponent. And then c, 9 divided by 3 is 3. Now, for our review, sa special products ulit tayo, multiply the following polynomials. We have two factors. So, yung first factor natin is a binomial, and then yung second factor natin is a trinomial. 1, 2, 3. 3 terms sa trinomial. So, isang binomial, isang trinomial. So, paano natin minumultiply yung ganito? Dinidistribute lang natin. So, yung x, didistribute natin sa lahat, and then yung y, didistribute natin sa lahat, and then we will simplify. Okay, first, x times x squared is x cubed. Law of exponents yan. X times negative xy. So, meron tayong negative sign doon. Positive times negative is negative. X times x is x squared, and then meron tayong y. Next, x times y squared, xy squared. Now, yung y naman ngayon, y times x squared is x squared y. Since positive sila pareho, so plus x squared y. Next, y times negative xy is negative xy squared. And last, yung last terms nila, positive y times positive y squared is positive y cubed. Ngayon, isi-simplify natin, combine the like terms. Tingnan natin kung alin yung meron dyan na magkamukha na terms. So, ito, meron tayo x cubed. Tingnan natin kung may x cubed. Wala. So, kung wala siyang kamukha, isulat na natin siya. Next, meron tayong x squared y. Tingnan natin kung may x squared y pa dito. Ito. So, meron tayong negative x squared y and positive x squared y. So, parehong-pareho sila. Numerical coefficient sila is negative 1 and positive 1. So, wala na yan. 0 na. Next, we have positive xy squared. Meron din dito negative xy squared. So, like terms din sila. Isang positive, isang negative. So, wala na rin yan. So, ang natira natin, plus y cubed. So, this is our product. Next, we have x minus y times the quantity of x minus y times the quantity of x squared plus xy plus y squared. So, multiply natin, first terms, x cubed, and then, yung second term, multiply natin by x. We have plus x squared y sa last term, plus x y squared. Next, minus x squared y first term, last term ng binomial and middle term ng trinomial. So, minus x, y squared. And then, yung last terms nila, negative times positive is negative y cubed. Okay, so combine natin yung like terms. So, x cubed, wala ditong x cubed. So, sulat na natin. X squared y, meron tayong x squared y dito. So, wala na yan. Cancel na yan. Xy squared minus xy squared, cancel na rin yan. So, natira natin is minus y cubed. Ayan. Kung titingnan ninyo yung final answer natin, yung product, meron tayong perfect cube sa first term at meron din tayong perfect cube sa last term. And then we have plus sign. This is called the sum of two cubes. Dito, perfect cube, minus sign yon. So, this is difference of two cubes. Okay, yung ginagawa natin, kasi nga factoring tayo, parang ginagawa natin before, ito yung given natin, bibigyan ninyo yung factors. So, ito na ngayon yung ating formula in finding or in factoring sum or difference of two cubes. Pareho sila, mayroon tayong dalawang factors, isang binomial at isang trinomial. Ngayon, tingnan natin yung signs nila. Kung sum of two cubes yan, yung first term natin, yung binomial natin, yung first factor natin is also positive. Kung positive yan, positive din to. Pagdating dito sa trinomial, alternate sila. Positive, negative, positive. Okay. Dito naman, sa difference of two cubes, yung binomial niyan, since minus sign yon, minus sign din dito. Sumusunod kung ano yung sign nung given, nung ifa-factor natin. Pagdating dito sa trinomial, lahat sila positive. So, ito yung dapat nyo tandaan. Hanggang na sinabi ko, kung ano yung sign ng given sa sum or difference of two cubes, yung binomial, yung sign nila, susunod doon sa given. Dito sa trinomial, kung positive yon, kung plus sign yon, susunod niya minus sign. Dito, kung minus sign yon, ang susunod niya plus sign, salitan. Basta ang tandaan ninyo, yung last term nila, ang dalawa, puro positive. Siguradong puro positive yan. Okay, malinaw. Ngayon, ano nangyari dito sa, ano yung lalagay natin dito? The terms. So, x cube yan, x na lang ang natira. Tapos ito, y na lang ang natira, na y cube. So, kung mapapansin, this is a cube root of this term. Cube root of x cube is x, the cube root of y cube is y. And then, ang gagawin nyo, wag nyo na yung pansinin, dito na lang kayo mag-concentrate. So, ang magiging first term sa trinomial natin, yung square naman ng first term, tapos yung magiging last term, yung square ng last term sa binomial. Paano middle term? Just multiply the first and the last term. Yun na yung sagot doon. Dito tayo sa pangalawa, sa difference of two cubes. So, the cube root of the first term is x. The cube root of the last term is y. Huwag na pansinin yan kasi baka malito pa. Dito na lang kayo mag-concentrate sa binomial. Sa first factor natin. Tumingin kayo dito sa first factor, sa first term ng first factor. I-square nyo yun. So, x squared. Tapos, i-multiply itong dalawa, x times y, xy, and then square the last term. Yun na yung last term. Now, let us factor these following polynomials. But before that, yung sinabi ko sa inyo dati, always factor first using GCMF. Tingnan nyo muna kung may common factor silang dalawa sa lahat ng terms. Pag meron, yun muna kuhan, gawin ninyo, factor ng GCMF. Pag wala, tingnan ninyo kung anong klaseng special product sila para malaman nyo kung ano yung factoring technique na dapat yung gamitin. So dito, wala silang common factor. Hindi rin sila perfect square. Ito, although yung 1 is a perfect square, pero yung m cube, hindi siya perfect square. So, hindi siya difference of two squares. Yung m cube is a perfect cube. Yung 1 is also a perfect cube, tapos plus sign yun. So, this is a sum of 2 cubes. So, pwede natin magamit yung kanina na meron dyan na sigurado na dalawang factors. So, isang binomial at isang trinomial. Now, kuhanin na muna natin yun sa signs. This is plus sign. So, alam natin na yung binomial, ang sign niyan is positive. Tapos, sabi natin kanina, alternate yon. So, kung positive yan, plus sign yan, dito, minus sign. Tapos, yung last term is always positive. Kaya lagyan na natin. Okay, para sigurado na tayo sa signs. Ngayon, ano gagawin? Extract the cube root of the first term. What is the cube root of m cube? The cube root of m cube is m. And the cube root of 1 is 1. Tapos niyan, huwag niyo nang pansinin yung given. Dito na kayo mag-concentrate sa first factor, yung sa binomial, para hindi na kayo malito. So, ano yung square ng first term? Square the first term kasi, m squared is m squared. And then, multiply, m times 1 is m. So, ito yung middle term, yung trinomial. And then, for the last term, tingnan yung last term ng binomial, 1 square yung last term, 1 squared is 1. Ayan na yung factors natin. Next, we have c to the 60 cube minus e cube. Walang common factor. Hindi siya difference of 2 squares. Pero difference of 2 cubes yan. Perfect cube, perfect cube, perfect cube. 6, 3, and 3. Divisible sila sa 3. So, pwede natin gamitin yung kanina. So, binomial, and a trinomial. Minus sign yon. So, minus sign yun dito. Tapos, alternate. Negative yon. So, dito, positive. Last term natin is always positive. And then, extract the cube root. Okay. C to the 6th. D cube. Ang cube root nun is C squared D. And then, yung last term, the cube root of the last term is E. Then, huwag na yan pansinin. Dito na tayo. Square nito, so pag ni-square ninyo, law of exponents, mumultiply yon. Ang mangyayari kasi dyan, C squared D, naka-square. So, magiging 2 times 2 yon, at saka ito, 1 times 2. So, C squared will become C to the 4th, and then D, magiging D squared. 2 times 2, 1 times 2. And then, multiply these 2 terms. C squared D E. Tapos, yung square ng last term is E squared. Ayan. Para ma-check ninyo kung tama yung sagot, multiply nyo. Gaya nung ginawa natin kanina doon sa review. Pag minultiply nyo yan, dapat ito yung sagot. For our last example, we have 8x cubed minus 125. Wala silang common factor. 8 is a perfect cube. Okay, lahat yan, perfect cube yan. So, pwede nating, this is a difference of 2 cubes. So, meron tayong dalawang factors. So, minus sign yun. So, minus sign yung sign dito sa binomial. And then, alternate, this is minus sign. So, dito ay plus sign. At ang last term is always positive. And then, proceed na tayo. Cube root of 8x cubed is 2x. The cube root of 125 is 5. Then, dito na tayo tumingin. Square the first term. The square of 2x is 4x squared. Multiply. 2x times 5 is 10x. And then, square the last term. 5 squared. 5 squared is equal to 25. So, these are the factors. Katulad na nakagawian natin, get a piece of paper and a ball pen, tapos answer with me. Our first given is a cubed minus 8b cubed. May common factor? Wala. This is a difference of 2 cubes. So, meron tayong dalawang factors, isang binomial at isang trinomial. Siya dito malayo. Dito. Ayan. So, the cube root, sign. This is minus. Minus tayo dito. Tapos, yung susunod natin ay plus. Yung last term natin ay plus. So, meron tayong a cube. The cube root of a cube is a. The cube root of 8b cube is 2b. Next, dito na tayo tumingin. Square the first term. A squared. Multiply the first and the last term. So, a times 2b is 2ab. Square the last term. 2b. 2b squared is 2 squared is 4. Then b squared. Next, we have x cubed, y cubed minus 6. They have no common factor. Hindi rin siya difference of 2 squares. Yung first term natin is a perfect cube. Well, divisible by 3 yung exponents. Pero yung 6 is not a perfect cube. So, paano natin to ifa-factor? Ano yung gagamitin natin? Actually, this is not factorable. Prime na siya. Ito na yon. Wala na siyang factors kundi ito. Wala nang factors kundi ito and 1. So, ano magiging answer natin? Pwedeng not factorable o yung gustong-gusto ng mga estudyante ko dati na prime. So, yun yung sagot natin. Next, number 3. We have 27y to the 6 plus 64. So, wala naman silang common factor. This is a perfect cube, yung first term. This is also a perfect cube. So, factorable to, sum of 2 cubes. So, first term, ay dalawa. Isang binomial, isang trinomial. This is sum of 2 cubes, kaya yung binomial natin, yung first factor natin is positive. Tapos, since this is positive, yung susunod natin is negative, and then yung last term natin is always positive. Extract the cube root of the first term. We have 3y squared. And then the cube root of 64 is 4. Then, dito na tayo mag-concentrate. Square the first term. So, 3 squared is 9. Y squared squared is y to the 4th. Multiply these two terms. 3y squared times 4 is 12y squared. And then square the last term. 4 squared is 16. Ayan. Now let us check your work. Our first given is h cubed plus k cubed. Walang common factor. Perfect cube. So, this is a sum of 2 cubes. So, meron tayong dalawang binomial, dalawang factors. Then, this is the sum of 2 cubes. Kaya yung sign ng first factor natin is positive. Sabi natin, alternate. This is positive. So, ang susunod natin ay negative. And the last term is always positive. The last term of the trinomial. And then, extract the cube root of the first term. H cubed, the cube root of h cubed is a. The cube root of the last term is k. Now, square the first term, h squared. Multiply these two terms, hk. And then, square the last term, k squared. Ayan. Medyo matulin-tulin na dapat tayo mag-factor ngayon. Number 2, we don't have a common factor. They don't have a common factor. Perfect cube to first term, perfect cube din yung last term. Difference of 2 cubes. So, meron tayong dalawang factors ulit. Minus sign yun. So, minus sign to. First factor. Alternate. Minus sign. Kaya plus sign. Yung last term ng last factor, trinomial is always positive. Okay. Meron na tayong signs. Cube root of the first term is b. Cube root of the last term is 3d squared. Square the first term, b squared. Multiply these two terms, 3b, d, di kasya, squared. Last, square the last term, 3d squared. Ayan, square natin to. So, 3 squared is 9. Then, multiply d to the 4th. Ayan. 2 plus 4 is 6. Dito, 1 plus 2 is 3. Next, number 3. M cubed plus n. Wala silang common factor. This is a perfect cube, so hindi na pwede yung difference of 2 squares. This is a perfect cube, pero yung last term, hindi. Factorable? Actually, this is not factorable. So, pwede na natin sagutin that this is prime. Okay, for our last problem, we have 3n squared plus 24n to the 5th. So, tingnan natin kung meron silang common factor. We have 3 here, 24, divisible by 3. So, common factor nila is 3. Labas na natin. Meron tayong n dito, meron din tayong n. So, meron tayong common factor na n. The least exponent is 2. So, ang GCMF natin is 3n squared. And then, mag-divide na tayo. This term divided by the GCMF is 1. Tapos, since positive to, kaya kung ano na lang yung sign nito, kopyahin na lang natin. Ayan. Tapos, divide natin, 24n to the 5th divided by 3n squared. 24n to the 5th divided by 3n squared. 24 divided by 3 is 8. Ito ay 1 na lang. And then, kung alin ang pinakamaliit ang exponent, 1 na lang ang matitira dyan. Tapos ito, 5 minus 2 is 3. So, meron ka pang n cube. So, 8 n cube. Okay. Ngayon, sabi ko sa inyo dati, hanggat may mapipiga kayo, i-factor ninyo. Pag wala na, tsaka lang kayo tumigil. So, tingnan natin itong nasa loob. 1 plus 8n cube. This is a perfect cube. Yung last term is a perfect cube. So, factorable to. Sum of 2 cubes. So, ma-factor pa natin yan. Kokopyahin pa rin yun. Huwag kalilimutan. Tapos, itong factors nito, dalawa. Isang binomial, isang trinomial. This is sum of 2 cubes, kaya plus sign yan. Dahil plus sign yon, ang susunod is minus sign. At ang last term ng trinomial is always positive. Ngayon, get the cube root of 1. Cube root of 1 is 1. The cube root of the last term is 2n. Square the first term. 1 squared is 1. Multiply. 1 times 2n is 2n. Then square the last term. You have 4n squared. Ayan na yung ating final answer.